Good morning, and good morning, sunshines. Happy Saturday to everybody. Thank you if you are tuning in live. If you are catching this on the replay, thank you for tuning in on the replay. It all matters and it all counts. I am your girl, Organized Chaos. Welcome to my little channel. If you have not done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. You know you want to go on and do that thing right there. So many things. I'm trying to reorganize stuff. I'm working on, all of the things. My big sister had left some comments earlier, but they're not showing up in StreamYard, so that kind of sucks. But hey, my small space, you'll be here. I hope you, if you aren't here yet, you'll be here. You guys, my big sister is Saki Speaks. Can you guys please subscribe to Saki Speaks? Oh, my big sister is here. I just scrolled down. Hey, big sis. Listen, Saki, you are the big sister that says things without saying anything. Do you see my light situationship? I got it together. Yeah, I'm on an installment plan. I got the kind that plug in instead of the USBs. The USBs get overheated. So I had to upgrade my little light situation because you was talking about me last week. All right, you guys. I need you guys to tune in and subscribe to my girl Foxy and Family. She's at work today. I don't usually go live on a Saturday at 2:00 because recently I've been going to dance class, but we pushed that to Sunday so we could get more people involved. So yeah, I'm here today and I might be here tomorrow. We'll see. I got some things in my head I got to sort out. And bikini body challenge. Listen, she might not be here yet. I usually don't work out on Sundays, but Bikini's video premiered at about 9:00 today. I had been up since like 2-3 o'clock this morning, and I was just watching it like, girl, you need to go on and work out. And I added, usually all I do is like my bike, but today I added weights. I did 30 minutes on my bike and I did 30 minutes of lifting. So it felt really good. So I need to incorporate more weights because I got to firm up some things now that I've lost the weight. True story. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. I'd appreciate that. Saki is over there with the wrench, letting y'all know. Do all of the things. Do all of the things. Hey, boo. Hey, my small space. Welcome and thank you for tuning in. I got the lights right. I know, right, girl? It's a little bright. And look, watch this. Look, I got a remote on this one. Look what I can do. Oh, I could be a little fancy. And then they give you the little color things. I probably won't do those little color things. That just seems, I don't know. Maybe if I do like a late night, I could turn it to like a blue or red. All right, my small space is giving love. I had a chance to catch her this morning. Yeah, I was there, and it was nice because it was so many other people. I didn't find out until like maybe Monday or Tuesday. I had a little wrench. I'm on my first mod mission. I was like, "Hey, girl, I got a wrench." So yeah, she motivated me this morning. So yeah, I went in there. I did 20 pounds on some of the exercises, and I did 10 pounds on some of the exercises, and it felt really, really good. And I haven't done weights in so long. I thought I was gonna have a hard time keeping up with the little lady because I have the Peloton app, so you can ride on the Peloton. You can also do workouts on the Peloton, so I can turn my monitor and be in my mat space and do all of the things. And I didn't think I was going to survive the 20-pound weights. And I did. I got a little muscle strength. All right, you guys. Yes. So listen, I activated and I don't think they're working. I thought I tried to activate the bots today, the night bot. I cleared out all of the night bot spam stuff from the chat, and I just wanted the night bot to drop links, but I probably don't know what I'm doing. It's not working because by now, the way that I timed it, it should have been a night bot showing up here, and there's no night bot showing up here, so there's that. Let me tell y'all something. My phone just rang. I have I had to check all of this stuff before I come on. It was the ghost. And the ghost is probably tuned in. The ghost told me the other day he watches. Hey, ghost, hey. Anywho, water bottles are actually good, my small space. That actually works. And then you can do like the gallon jugs and hold them. That's good weight. Milk jugs. Thank you. I'm trying. I got to get something back here because this is just one of my little dividers I use for class because this space is an organized mess. So I want to do something. I'm not there yet. I need to get my. I'm working on it. One thing at a time. It's expensive if you want to be like on camera and do all of the things. Girl, it be. And I need a mic. Like this little mic is cute. It looks really fancy-ish, probably. If you know mics, you know it's not really fancy. But it was only like $25 on Amazon. It's a little USB plug-in. Hopefully, it don't do weird things on my computer. All right, you guys, we're gonna get started today. I'm gonna change the setup and how I present, and I'm a little excited because I had somebody show up in my replay comments, and yeah, the universe is absolutely amazing. My small space says it looks zen. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, my small space. Okay, we may have to. Maybe so listen, my little creative juices. I was thinking maybe I could decorate these with like something. Last year when I was teaching virtually, I had a bunch of book covers on here. But I'm thinking. I'm always thinking of all the things. All right, so let me share my screen and let's get this party started, you guys. All right, so all right, we're gonna always do housekeeping first because I always have stuff to say that I always the ghost is here. And he got his whole name in the chat. I am dead. Yes, please upgrade soon because right now it looks like the backdrops they used to have when they did the news. You're a hater. You're a hater, and you're going to pay for that. The ghost is hating. Hello, everybody. This is the ghost. What up, though, ghost? Anywho, get him off my screen. Anywho, I want to do the housekeeping part first because, hold on, my little heater at my feet got hot. Because I always forget to say stuff and I just want to remember. And the teacher in me just always, child, I just, I am dead. I am dead. Saki was not having it. Ghost, she did not like the tone in that message. Did you time him out, Saki? Did you time him out? Ghost, you are not allowed to come into the chat and be disruptive. My big sister and the other mods will take you out. Saki is a sniper. She's a professional at this. So tread lightly over here in the chat space. That's hate. All she needs are bamboo and things like that. Child, please. He is hating. He's hating. If you want to upgrade me and get me a green screen, you can do that. I'm cool with that. Anywho. And then here you come back. You lucky Saki didn't take this one down too. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm working on a sponsor from Singleton Cleaners. Whatever. Where I remember, didn't they have a commercial or something? Anyway, stop distracting us. We're focused. We got to do our housekeeping business. Nice waterfall, and you cool. Less is more. I agree. I don't want it to be too busy for sure. For sure. If he wants you to have better setup, he should hit the Cash App. Boom. Hit the Cash App. Please hit the Cash App. Okay, focus. Okay, so look, we got to do the housekeeping things. So I watch a lawyer. Her name is Emily D. Baker, and I absolutely love her. She did a collab with Natalie Lawyer Chick, and they were talking about the Cardi B situationship with Tasha K. Child. We need to do a follow up on the women of a certain age about this situationship, because I ain't never seen such treacherous friendships in my life. If you gotta record all of your friends, you probably shouldn't be friends with them. Okay, anyway, let me stay focused. So Emily always says, and I probably won't say this again, I just was thinking of it when I did this. She always says, do the YouTube thing. So if you guys would please, if you haven't done so yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and share if you will. All right, the Nightbot, is it working? No, it's not working. I have the Nightbot up. It is joined with the channel, and the Nightbot ain't did a thing I asked it to do. So I guess I still got some work to do to figure out how to actually operate the Nightbot. So let me undo him in case he want to act crazy later, and close out that app and come back to y'all. Okay. I got new subbies, you guys. Like, my subbies been growing. It be like 1 a day, 2 a day, 3 a day. So my next goal, all of the goals matter, but my goal right now is to get to 500 subs on or before I turn 50. That is my goal right now. The longer term goal is 1,000, but I feel like this is a short term goal that very likely might be possible. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, I want to get to 500 for 50. I think that's cute, right? So yeah, if y'all can help a girl out, subscribe. Subscribe. We're over 100. We're moving on up. The universe is absolutely amazing. I know how to spell Jariah's mom's name because Jariah's mom dropped out of the skies and blessed my comment section on the video that I did about Jariah. And I could feel her pain through the words that she put on the comments, you guys. I want her to reach out to me so bad. When we do the follow up on this, I would love to have her voice on this space talking about what she experienced. It is absolutely heartbreaking. So, Dedrunia, it is spelled properly because that's how it's spelled in my chat. She saw the video, she commented, she thanked me for, she thanked me for doing and talking about it. I think she might have been a little bothered about our conversation about strength and, her reaction. Um, I hope she wasn't. I think it's normal for people to try to understand, like, the experience of a traumatic experience. We all kind of look back from the sidelines and say, I would have done this or I would have done this, but you really don't know until you're put into that actual situation, right? So yeah, I really hope she does. I hope she emails me. I hope she I want to create a space for her to have a voice if she doesn't have one already. She was saying something in the comments about how they are really helping Takia. Like, it seems like everybody in the community is helping her. So I really, really, I hope she sees this. I hope if she's in the clouds watching, I would love to talk to you. I would love to give you a space to speak your truth. And my big sister was on top of it this morning. When I woke up, she was just finishing, and I saw a comment in my IG. Matthew LaFontaine is his name. Lauren Smith Fields' Bumble date was Matthew LaFontaine. He's a 30-something-year-old man. And we now have a name and we have a visual. We will still follow this story later, but for now, we have a name. Matthew LaFontaine. Google it, y'all. He's there. McClurk! Hey, McClurk! Oh, you're right right on time. We gonna do housekeeping things early, and it's Saturday. I know everybody is probably running errands on Saturday. I usually don't go this early on Saturday, so we got housekeeping to take care of first. Hey, Just a Splash, welcome and thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much, and everybody's giving love. All right. If you have stories, if you would like for me to talk about those stories, please, 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 please send me an email at organizedchaos@gmail.com. Before I finish our housekeeping, I would like to drop this link in the chat. Well, I'm going to put them both in there at the same time. You guys, the mission is clear. The mission is simple. Hey, Sunday Boo, I see you. Okay, wait. Let me finish my mission. I'm on a mission. I get distracted. Cancel John Yates. Cancel John Yates. John Yates is a white male content creator. I tried to watch his apology video early this morning just to get a sense. I saw the clips of all of the stuff he did and said on Busy Blue's page. I've never watched one of his videos. It's really difficult. But I tried to watch this morning just to give him a fair chance. In my head, I try. I really do try to be fair, y'all. I saw the All About the Tea avatar, and I saw the Heidi Black lady. And I couldn't even listen to his apology because like the first 10-15 minutes he was telling us some type of story about something that made absolutely no sense in my head. And I'm like, how you apologizing but you telling a story about 20 years ago, something that happened to you? I can't. I just couldn't. And I turned it off and I was like, you know what? Cancel John Yates. John Yates needs to go. Period. Point and blank. So if you have not done so, you guys, there's two change.org petitions that are floating around from two content creators on YouTube. My little sis, Hear Her TV, has one, and a lady named Danny Robertson has one. Sign them both. It can only help. It can't hurt. I signed my little sisters about 1,000 times because I have a lot of email addresses, and I did sign the other one as well. Cancel John Yates. Period. Point blank. Hey, Boo Sunday. And please make sure you like on your way in. Please and thank you very much. If you didn't like on your way in, just, roll back out and then just come on back. Come on back up in here. I'm learning how to do more in my space. I set it up so that only subscribers of 20 minutes or more could actually be in my chat. So shout out to everybody that's here because y'all been here more than 20 minutes. Cancel John Yates. Yes. McClark is giving love to everybody. And yes, cancel John Yates. I do believe that change.org will combine the two petitions when all is said and done. I hope so. I hope it all helps at the end of the day. I love you too, Sunday Boo. It's the norm for him, I've heard. Be nasty, then cry. Yeah, and I heard that he has like a timing that he does everything too. Like he times it when rent is due. He times it when, like, I can't function in spaces like that because I try to sort things out and understand, and that would make my brain hurt because I would be traumatized. I don't do trauma very well. Hello, Deborah Poole. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Good morning and good afternoon. It's always morning though. I was going to read you guys. My daughter wrote an essay about me saying good morning all the time. I'm going to read that to you one day. I have it up here on my wall. I framed it. I'm going to read it to you one day. Not today, though. All right. So we did all of our housekeeping things. And then something that I remember from the last video that I wanted to do before I started this video is to always tell you why I'm doing this series. So these are my whys. Let me close this one down. I'm on a clerk for the next one. So I have a few whys. My mom. My mom doesn't remember a lot about her youth. She spent the first 17 years of her life in the deep South. Because of that, I went on an ancestry DNA mission. Some other things have been happening recently with her health. And so I went on a little, ancestry mission with me and hers DNA, and some amazing things have been happening. The ancestors talked to me. I had to stop them from talking to me around the holidays because they were working my nerves, but they're back talking to me, and they keep sending me cousins. They sent me a cousin 2 days ago who was adopted, you guys. His message in Ancestry almost broke my heart. He doesn't know anything about any of us. And so I have some other cousins that have never been to the South, and I am the passport. I just realized that, right? And so we're taking a homage back to the South next month. I'm taking some cousins that have never been there. They don't know who their ancestors are, or there's very limited information about them. The same is true for my mother, my grandmother, my greats. There was very limited information about them because if your direct line isn't keeping up with who you are in these, especially now, these integrated spaces, you will fade away and turn into ghosts. I have run into so many dead end and ghosts on my ancestry journey. And my mission is to bring my family to life. My greater mission is to make my mother and father relevant. My mother's existence in the South is very little or non-existent. I'm going next month, and I'm going to every office. I'm going to her old school district, and I'm going to find her. And she's going to exist where she was born and raised for 17 years. And so that all of this led me to we all deserve to be remembered. I'm probably will tell this story every single time I start. I am an educator. I have a deep love for the children. Sometimes me and the adults don't always see eye to eye, but the kids are my jam. Like when I tell you I can get down with the children, that I can rock with the kids. I rock with the kids so much that in a remote environment online, my kids show up for me. When I like they show up. There's no, oh, we're bored or we're this. Like I have some kids that are going back in person next semester, which starts Monday for us, and they were so sad. They were like, I really want to go back, but I want you to go back with me. I'm like, ah. I even got a call on Martin Luther King Jr. Day from a superintendent in my district to tell me that she asked them, which teacher makes the greatest impact. And sixth graders, who I'm deathly afraid of, were like, Miss Shant, I was about to tell y'all my name. Y'all probably know anyway. They said me. They said me. And I almost cried because that means I'm doing what I was gifted to do. So these are my whys. I'm trying to bring the ghosts to life, my ancestors. And there are other people who have existed. There are children who have existed there that no longer exist, and their memories might fade away. Who they are is important to the dynamic of the universe. And I just wanted to create a space to acknowledge who they are, and so that their presence will forever be here. Okay? All right, let me get to the comments before I go on because I saw a lot. Oh, wait, Pink Dynamite. Hey, Pink Dynamite. I see you. I see you. Welcome and thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Deborah's here. Sunday had a comment. Adoption is in my way, an extension of colonization. Oh, Sunday. We still need to do our women of a certain age together Sunday. Either me and you or me, you and Foxy. What you doing tomorrow? I'm going to text you today. We can go live tomorrow, Sunday, if you ready. Let me know your schedule. I'm going to text you after this. I got to remember. I got to write myself a note. Text Sunday. Okay. Yes, Pink Dynamite is here. Yes, 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 yes. And yes, let's get this party started. All right. I got to take a deep breath before I do this because it's difficult. This one is difficult. They're all difficult, but this one is difficult. All right. Aniya Day-Garrett was born September the 3rd, 2013, and she left us on March the 11th, 2011. The links to all of the articles that I used to create this presentation are in the description of the video, so you can feel free if you want to look at them on your own later. Please do so. Basically what I do is so that all the ads don't pop up and all of the extra videos and stuff, I just take that information and condense it and put it here so that we can have a conversation about it. So the title of this article is Mother and Boyfriend Charged with Beating Her 4-year-old Girl to Death After First Starving Her and Burning Her Feet and Legs. This is March 16th, 2018 by Nick White. And it's for these publications. There's a co-author. I'm not going to say it because I will tear the name apart. Aniya Day-Garrett, 4, died of a stroke after being severely beaten. Her mother, Sierra Day, and her boyfriend, the whole boyfriend, girlfriend. Listen, let me look. My little eyes, y'all already know I'm a sucker and I'm soft and I'm not, but this stuff is hard. And her boyfriend, Deontay Lewis, are charged with murder. The M word. They called 911 on Sunday saying she wasn't breathing and she passed away in the hospital. Hold on, let me remove this comment so you guys can see everything. Toddler was malnourished and had rug burn marks on her feet and legs. She also had a badly bruised eye, a cut above her eyebrow, and scalded legs. Yes. Angry, sad. I feel like I always say the words I don't understand. Like that's like I don't understand. A 4-year-old girl allegedly beaten to death by her mother and her boyfriend was starved and had her feet and legs burned before she died. Aniya Day-Garrett died in Euclid Hospital in Cleveland on Sunday from a stroke medical examiner said was caused by repeated blows to the head. Her mother, Sierra Day, 23 years old, 23. I was a baby when I was 23. Still. And Day's boyfriend, Deontay Lewis, 26, were charged with aggravated murder and held on $1 million bond. Yes, she was terrorized. She was terrorized by the woman who gave her life. If you do not want children, ladies, there's alternatives. Do not have children to do this to them. Please, if this is who you are, if you know you're a monster, if you feel the monster behavior coming out of you, let the children go. Let them go. Aniya's skin appeared to be extremely pale and lifeless. Her face and neck were very small and emaciated, a police report read. The toddler also had what appeared to be rug burn marks on her feet and legs and was so malnourished, paramedics could see the individual joints of her fingers. Doctors then noticed a big bruise on her left eye, which was nearly swollen shut, a cut above her left eyebrow, and scald marks on both legs. Saki says, I was a wife and a new mom at 23. There is no excuse. There's none. If you know you can't handle it, there's options. There is no excuse for abusing your child and ending their existence. She had options. She had options with an S. It's hard. This is difficult. We're going to get through this though, P Dynamite. We it I'm not going to say there's a happy ending to the story, but we need to get to the end. The pair called 911 about 11:30 a.m. on Sunday to report that she was unresponsive and not breathing as an operator talked them through CPR. Day claimed Aniya started acting weird when he took her to Red Lobster the previous Thursday. When she took her, Day is the mother. When she took her to Red Lobster, I'm like, it's not he, it's her, it's she. That's the typo. When she took her to Red Lobster the previous Thursday, and that she fell off a toilet seat on Sunday. Excuse me? She said her daughter was unable to keep food or water down and threw up Tylenol she gave her, then barely ate any breakfast the morning of her death. So these are the excuses. These are the excuses. Harbor Crest Child Care filed an abusing a minor report against Day in May 2017, allegedly documenting 18 months of injuries to Aniya. Every time we do one of these, it's always the systems. Y'all, remember, it's the systems are faulty. Is it Cuyahoga? Koya child. And I've heard it. I heard it earlier today. I was like, I'm going to say it right. I'm going to say it right. And here we are. And I'm like, I can't say it right. They're in Ohio. We're going to say in Ohio. Children and Family Services also conducted 3 separate investigations into allegations of neglect last year. However, it concluded there was not enough evidence to remove the child from her mother's home. What evidence do you need? What exactly do you need? And I feel, listen, a part of me understands. It's kind of like teaching. It is very difficult to do that job. So what? So what? If it's too difficult for you to do any job, especially a job that deals with children, if that's too much for you to do, you shouldn't have that job. Get another job. There's so many things you can do out here. If you are not going to stand up and do what's right for children, do not take that job. If that job works your nerves so bad and everybody, stop it. Get another job. Leave the profession. You got options too. As the pair faced court on Tuesday, Aniya's father, Michael Garrett, jumped to his feet and screamed in anguish, "You killed my effing child. You hurt my baby." He then collapsed, sobbing into the arms of family members who accompanied him to the bond hearing. Sunday says the systems are working exactly as they were designed to work. And that's the problem. That's the bigger problem. We need change makers inside of these systems. We need change makers that are not afraid of whatever happens because they got big. Listen, I stay in trouble with the grown-ups. The grown-ups always got something to say. But baby, I lays it down for the children. That's what I do. If you are not willing to lay it down for a child and that is your profession, you shouldn't be in that profession anymore. You just shouldn't. Garrett said he was fighting to gain custody. Oh, Lord Jesus. The man wanted his baby. Garrett said he was fighting to gain custody of his daughter and made repeated complaints accusing Day and Lewis of harming and abusing her. The girl's paternal grandmother, Rachel Garrett, told Cleveland.com that in recent months, the family would notice bruises, black eyes, and rug burns. She said that raised concerns that she was being abused and prompted them to contact child services. They were scheduled to meet with a social worker on Monday to discuss Michael Garrett's petition for an emergency custody. But they have been noticing this for months. A GoFundMe appeal asking for donations to help with Aniya's funeral expenses has raised more than $12,300. It raised more than that. It actually raised $23,662. This was the GoFundMe. Michael Garrett organized the fundraiser. He breaks out the costs of the homegoing, and he was able to raise $23,000. All right, our second article is February 28th. This is 2019. Corey Schaefer of the Cleveland.com. Aniya Day-Garrett's suffering prolonged before death at hands of her mother and her mother's boyfriend, prosecutor tells jury. Cleveland, Ohio, 4-year-old Aniya Day-Garrett went through prolonged suffering before she passed away in March 2018 of a stroke triggered by a beating, a prosecutor told a jury Thursday. Euclid firefighters found the girl's stiff, cold, and emaciated body underneath a running air conditioner. That's new information. In the Euclid apartment building where she lived with her mother, Sierra Day, and Day's boyfriend, Deontay Lewis. We will prove to you that both of these individuals did something terrible to this child. Assistant I know this word, Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Anna Farrah. Listen, this is too many difficult words at one time. I'm sorry, y'all. Told jurors during opening statements in the trial of Day and Lewis. It was the baby had been suffering. The baby had been suffering. Hey, BJ Des, welcome and thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Please make sure you hit that like button if you didn't on the way in. You can go back and do it now. All right. Day 24, Lewis 27 face up to life in prison without parole if they are convicted of charges including aggravated M-word, endangering children, and permitting child abuse in Aniya's March 11th departure. One of Day's lawyers, Tom Shaughnessy, asked jurors to hold off on making any judgments about the case until they've seen all of the evidence. He said they will see autopsy photographs. That will make that task difficult, but predicted at the end of the trial, the jury will find prosecutors failed to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Shut the front door. Day clasps her hands together in prayer. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. What is she praying for? What was you wasn't praying when you was tortured? Okay, let me stop. Stop. Focus. The facts. Day clasped her hands together in prayer and pointed to the ceiling multiple times during Shaughnessy's opening statement. One of Lewis's lawyers, Nicole Longino, said Lewis did not actually move in with Day and that Day was responsible for the care of the child. Whenever Lewis came to Day's house, he made sure Aniya got enough to eat. Yeah, I'll be having to reread stuff in real time because it just doesn't make any sense. Whenever Lewis came to Day's house, he made sure Aniya got enough. She was starved. Longino said Lewis tried to talk to Day about her treatment of Aniya, but Day buffed him. Listen, any man, you know this is a lie. I mean, like, what kind of, well, I guess there are those kind of men that will stay with women who are abusive because they too are abusive, and that does something for them. If you are a real man and you are dating a woman who does not take care of her children, run. Leave her alone. Go the other way. If you believe she's abusing her children, call the police. The babies matter. She said, "This is my child. I discipline her the way I see fit." Child. Girl. Day's attorneys objected to the statement, and Common Pleas Judge Timothy McCormick ordered jurors to ignore it. McCormick on Tuesday denied a motion by Day's lawyers to hold separate trials for fear that Lewis's defense would prejudice Day in front of the jury. Prosecutors played a copy of the March 11, 2018 911 call in which Lewis said Aniya was unresponsive. So the boyfriend called 911. Day got on the phone and told the dispatcher that the girl had fallen and hit her. She fell off the toilet and hit her head before the family went to dinner the night before. It took Day several minutes to tell the dispatcher that Aniya was not breathing. And remember, she's under a cold air conditioner. Wait, the dispatcher said, according to the call, "Your child's not breathing?" Day responded simply, "No." So this is where I'm trying not to get in trouble with what I would do, but I can't help it. I would be hysterical. Okay, let me do a comment before I go to the next one so I can calm myself down. Yes, you guys, please support the channel. Organized Chaos is the Cash App. Child, it's like he said, child, he's lying. I don't believe that he said a word to her at all. He didn't. He participated in the at all about how she was treating her. He didn't care. He was doing the same thing. It probably did something for him. Girl. The dispatcher sent a team of Euclid firefighters and paramedics to the apartment. 2 firefighters testified after opening statements Thursday that they went into the apartment and saw Aniya on the floor beneath the running air conditioner. The high that afternoon was 34 degrees. What in the freezing nature of the Midwest in the middle of the springish, fallish wintertime? Why do you have the air conditioner on? I just turned my heat up. I have a little heater by my foot. It's snowing, so it's probably 30-some degrees outside. What? Aniya's body was stiff and cold to the touch, leading the firefighters to believe the girl had been gone for some time. The firefighters said Day told them Aniya fell off the toilet and hit her. I'm so sick of hearing that. Aniya twice. The baby speaks. The baby speaks. Aniya twice told social workers after she was injured that mommy did it. We need to let that sink in. I'm going to let that breathe with y'all for a second. She told them. She told the system. And the system failed her. Mommy did it. And the agency had a pending. Why is it pending? This is 911 status. If mommy did it, a pending abuse claim with Day when the girl passed away, the report found. Social workers reached out today on March the 6th and scheduled they should have had an emergency home visit. Like, why are you scheduling things with? So the next day, Saki says they were trying to prevent her body from decomposing and starting to smell. Which would alert others that something was wrong. Interesting. Okay. But it's like, All right, our next article. Mother and her boyfriend found guilty. So we've gone through court. They've been found guilty of doing damage to 4-year-old Aniya Day-Garrett. This is March the 7th, 2019. Drew Schofield, Kaylin Lavity, Jordan Vandenberg, and Ian Cross for News 5 Cleveland. After deliberating for just under a day, a jury returned a guilty verdict for Sierra Day and Deontay Lewis, who were accused of doing damage to Day's 4-year-old child, Aniya Day-Garrett. Jurors found Day and Lewis guilty of aggravated M-word, felonious assault, permitting child abuse, 3 counts of endangering children, and tampering with evidence. All right, Saki says, the system has failed many children. That's why me and Sunday need to do a live. Sunday is gonna listen. Sunday, we doing a live. We're gonna do a live tomorrow. This is more a case of a broken system because just as many white children are harmed as there are black and brown. The system sucks. It does. It does. And I know. I work inside of a system. All of the systems are damaged. All of the systems suck. All of them. You need people inside of the system that really care to make a change. This is the first step in responsibility and accountability in Aniya's passing away, said Paul Greco, the attorney for Aniya's birth father, Michael Garrett. There are certainly other responsible parties that will be held accountable. The system failed Aniya, absolutely, and the Garrett family, and that system will be held accountable. The dramatic conclusion of the trial followed 5 days of testimony by witnesses, including Aniya's father, Day's sister, so the mother's sister, detectives, a social worker who shouldn't be there, and a forensic specialist who examined Aniya's body. Whenever a child is harmed in our community, we want to get justice for them, said Assistant Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Akila Jordan after the verdict was announced. We are pleased the process worked the way it did. On Wednesday morning, the prosecution and defense lawyers for Day and Lewis presented their closing arguments. Day's defense lawyer argued, oh wait, I need y'all to see this. Hold on. Let me lower that. Day's defense lawyer argued that the evidence shows that Day did not purposefully or intentionally cause the D word of her daughter. Okay, I'm not going to ask a question. Sunday says they constantly make the wrong decisions in both directions. That's why we need to have a conversation Sunday. I want to introduce you guys to Sunday in person. Sunday has a little bit of knowledge. All right. Is there a sinister motive in the things that she said and did? Is there a sinister motive in how she acted and responded? Or is she a young lady that operates in the bottom 3% of our population? Is she a young lady with such cognitive difficulties that she doesn't understand some of those things? Day's defense attorney said. Lewis's attorney defended her client by trying to pin Aniya's passing away solely on her mother. He didn't want this child to leave us. That's why when he found her unresponsive, he called 911. He wanted to save her life. He wanted to save her life. The boyfriend. He did, but he didn't. He didn't, said Lewis's defense attorney during closing arguments Wednesday. Prosecutors argued that both Day and Lewis failed the little girl when they abused her and left her to leave us in a Euclid apartment last March. Ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Day failed miserably in the care of her only child. And this is girl. Y'all, when I put this stuff together, I've been in school so long, I don't read all the details at once. I kind of like give it an overview and I can see if it makes sense to me. So I don't get into the details until I come live with you guys. This is her only child. something. So I does would this be a case where you would think that something has to be wrong with her? Like maybe she has some type of undiagnosed something going on. Deontay Lewis failed miserably as her stepfather. Well, he wasn't her stepfather. He wasn't her. He didn't have a title or whatever title he gave himself, and he failed as a human being. Now that is true. He totally failed as a human being. One state prosecutor said during closing arguments. On March 11, 2018, authorities responded to the Cultural Garden Apartments in Euclid. First responders found the girl unresponsive. Aniya was transported to a nearby hospital and pronounced gone. Aniya's D word was ruled a homicide. Day and Lewis were arrested and later indicted on aggravated M word charges. A nurse told the jury that Aniya had no cardiac activity when she arrived at the hospital. The nurse suggested that Aniya was already gone by the time she got to the hospital. My observations were the little girl was skin and bones. Skin and bones. Her eyes were wide open. Her mouth was open. Bruised, fragile, stiff, cold. She passed away from a stroke caused by a blow to the head about 10 days to 2 weeks before the day she was taken to the hospital, according to the Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner's Office. All right, let me stay here for a second and get the comments before I forget where I was. After Sunday, Saki says all the time they remove kids that don't need to be and leave those that need to. Absolutely. No, I feel like she had the child to keep the father, and when he left, she no longer want. Oh, but then why wouldn't she give? If he wanted her, why wouldn't she give him to the? Because the child was in the way of her happiness with her new man. But so that's why I'm confused at. So if I'm going down your thinking, Saki, then when the dad wanted to get her, why wouldn't she let her go with the dad? Maybe to be mean to him. I don't know. Like I'm trying not to try to make sense of things in this space, even though I'm a human being and I do try to make sense of things. Not necessarily. This is a combination of things, including cultural, generational trauma. I would like to know about the mother's family. There was nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Where's my pen, pencil? I got stuff everywhere. The mother's family, because there was nothing in anything about the mother's family. Nothing about her childhood, about her upbringing. Nothing. Nothing undiagnosed about her. Nothing. She was just a trash human being. Probably has some unhealed trauma of her own, but that is no excuse for ending her child's life. I absolutely agree. Cultural and generational trauma, says Sunday. Saki says spite and money. The baby bought her a check. She was spiteful. I can see the spitefulness that he left and didn't want to give him what he wanted. She wanted him on her terms, and he needed to follow up in court for that. Okay. During the trial, Sierra Day's sister told the jury she noticed changes in her niece's appearance and behavior. The sister said changes became noticeable after Lewis came into the picture. So this didn't happen until the boyfriend came in. On occasions, when Day brought Aniya to family gatherings, the child seemed different. First, it was her behavior and later her appearance. She didn't really seem like a child. She was very standoffish. She didn't really seem happy, Dave's sister said on the stand. Then the physical changes began to become noticeable. So the trigger was the boyfriend. So maybe he brought this into her space and she was like, cool, let's do it. She was getting smaller. I thought maybe it had something to do with her getting taller. When toddlers grow, they slim out a little bit. She was getting littler and littler to the point you could see the extension of her stomach sticking out, said the sister, referring to Aniya during a July 2017 family party. Aniya's autopsy results confirmed those statements. Deputy Medical Examiner Joseph Philo testified Tuesday that Aniya passed away slowly. They tortured her. She didn't receive the injury and die. She lingered for a while, Philo said. He testified that Aniya's body slowly withered away as her organs revolted against her. Her organs revolted against her. She suffered. They were both abusing that baby. The end of her existence is where she found peace. Absolutely. She was tortured and tormented daily. A distended belly is the first sign of malnourishment. She was starved and beaten and dragged across the carpet. Jesus. Additional testimony from the deputy medical examiner indicated that Aniya suffered from chronic physical abuse and neglect. I think it's the overall evidence was clear-cut, Greco said. The photos obviously were horrendous, and the ongoing period of abuse over a long period of time. During an initial examination at the medical examiner's office, Philo says he found Aniya to be very, very thin and extremely malnourished. At just over 3 feet tall, she weighed 26 pounds. The weight I lifted today was 26 pounds? To put things in perspective for the jury, Philo told them that 97% of other children around her height weighed much more. Due to the malnourishment, her skin was loose from the loss of fat and muscle tissue underneath. Aniya's body mass index was around 11. Children her size typically have a body mass index of approximately 18, Philo said. Whew. You okay, my small space? She was dehydrated from being denied water and proper nourishment. I wouldn't doubt that she was SA as well. I know that women would a man before her child, and it is sad. Additionally, the deputy medical examiner said Aniya had a black eye, blisters, signs of bed sores, and her lungs had been collapsing. She also suffered with pancreatitis from the lack of food, and she had stomach ulcers. During the trial, Euclid police detectives testified that evidence collected from the apartment indicated that before calling 911, Day and Lewis attempted to clean the crime scene. The apartment itself was very, very clean, Detective Phil Tetchter said. He noticed several different types of household cleaners on a counter. He told the jury that some of the tiles in the bathroom were wet, and it suggests that Day and Lewis attempted to clean the crime scene before calling the police to report Aniya wasn't breathing. I mean, the apartment was practically immaculate. It was very, very tidy, neat, he said. There was no disarray of any kind. The apartment smelled strongly of bleach. So she very likely had already probably started the decomposition process. Day and Lewis will be sentenced on March the 20th. For Aniya, today is a day for her spirit to be at peace, Jordan said. People finally listened to her, and she was finally heard. Finally, even though she used her own voice to let the social worker know, Mommy did it. Mommy did it. All right, our next story is from Jordan Vandenberg, Drew Schofield of News 5, Cleveland. This is March the 20th. Sentenced to life. Mother and her boyfriend sentenced to life in prison for what they did to 4-year-old Aniya Day-Garrett. Sierra Day and her boyfriend Deontay Lewis were sentenced to life in prison following an emotional hearing Wednesday afternoon in connection with the passing away of her daughter Aniya Day-Garrett in March. Lewis will be eligible for parole after 20 years. So she's how, 23, 20, whatever she is. So her early 40s. Prosecutors who handled the case characterized the punishment as a fair sentence because Day was the primary abuser from the beginning. During an impassioned statement at Wednesday's sentencing hearing, Michael Garrett, Aniya's father, spoke about the future he is no longer able to share with his daughter. He will no longer be able to drop her off at preschool. There will be no first day of kindergarten. There will be no prom night photos. There will be no walking her down the aisle. What could be can never be. What could I want to, y'all know I'm about to write that down. Even though this is my slide, I'll forget though. And I don't watch my videos back because it's weird to me. I tried to watch myself. It's just weird. All right, let me make sure I don't have any comments. My small space. Wow. Yeah. This is deep. This is really deep. Child, these sorry caseworkers really need to check. They need to quit. They should quit. It's some teachers that need to quit. I know some. Be like, why are you here? You're not happy. The kids know you're not happy. They don't want the extra paperwork and headache associated with removing the child from the home. What did they think was going to happen? They thought they was going to clean up and act like it wasn't their fault. And then he was going to say, well, it wasn't my fault. That was just all her fault. It was, I fed her yesterday. I took her to Red Lobster. Boy, bye. These two murderers, in words, these two monsters ruined my entire life. They should be put away forever. I hope Aniya receives the justice she deserves, Garrett said. In my opinion, the death penalty would be fair. But then again, that would be too easy for the torture and death of a 4-year-old child. It devastates my entire life, my family, and the whole entire world. I'm trying to lower that comment so I can finish reading. During his impact statement, spoke extensively about the impact that Aniya's tragic death has had upon the community and the world. Through a foundation set up in Aniya's name, Garrett and others have continued to raise awareness about child abuse. He is also proposing legislation in her name that would mandate more thorough initial investigations into abuse by county social workers. The proposed legislation will also include stronger penalties for social workers and caseworkers who fail to follow state statute. I found his YouTube page with Justice for Aniya. There's no recent updates. The last video on here is about 2 years ago. And I looked for the nonprofit that he has started as well, but it's not active right now. So I couldn't find anything about that. But there is a Justice for Aniya uh, YouTube page. Garrett also spoke to Lewis and Day directly. How could you torture and M-word your own flesh and blood, your own daughter? Garrett rhetorically asked Day. Lewis didn't care as he watched my daughter suffer for months because she was not his child. It was not his life. He did not care to protect Aniya. He's so weak of a man. After Garrett's impact statement, Assistant Cuyahoga, that's how you say it, I think. County Prosecutor Anna Farraglia gave her own impassioned statement. Prosecuting Aniya's K words has been extremely difficult, she said. Farraglia asked Judge McCormick to listen to Aniya's voice and give her the justice that she deserves. Aniya Day looked like this part right here. I did see this word. When it came up, I was like, I teach about this. Aniya Day looked like an Auschwitz survivor, Your Honor. If you guys don't know what Auschwitz is, it is in relation to the Holocaust and the death camp that existed. You could count each rib on her little body, Farraglia said. I respectfully request that on March 11th of every year that Lewis and Day both sit in solitary and think about what they did to that child. Following a 6-day trial earlier this month, Lewis and Day were both found guilty after less than a day of deliberation. At trial, the prosecution presented evidence showing Aniya was systematically and routinely abused and neglected. Evidence showed Aniya had bruises and abrasions canvassing all over her body that were in different stages of healing. She also was forced to lay in her urine-soaked bed for hours on end. I need y'all to let that sink in for a second. She had a urine-soaked bed, but when the ambulance people entered the apartment, it was sparkly clean. Everything was nice and clean. 2 days before her death, medical examiners testified that Aniya was punched in her eye, causing severe injuries. Where was the emergency? The urgency to get that baby out the house? There was no urgency. They were going to see her the next day when the baby had already said, Mommy did it. Mommy did it. Eventually, Aniya's body gave out from the repeated abuse. Okay, let me see. All right. This is the last one I saw. Truth Sunday says, quit if you aren't there for the right. Listen, that's still enough time to have a decent life. I agree. Like, why are they even getting out? Probably state statutes, maybe. Exactly. They both need life. I don't care. The way that they tortured that child, she probably had headaches from lack of hydration and food. I hope they are tortured. Oh, I can't say it out loud. Yep. Auschwitz. For somebody to look at a child and relate it to Auschwitz, though, you guys, like I've seen the images from Auschwitz. They were skin and bones. And then they went into a chamber. That's that comparison for a baby. She was 4 years old. Like she's from a third world country. I don't get it. So she had bed sores. Yes. That is horrible. My goodness. I know that the mothers in prison. Listen, oh, you already know. You already know. She is not catching a break. He's not either. They don't play about children. And listen, child. At the time of her passing, medical examiner said she weighed a mere 26 pounds. Anybody who ever saw those pictures, it will be etched in your mind, Faraglia said. That little girl did not need to go. She did not need to have that. She did not need to go like that. She did not need to go like that. Although Faraglia stressed that human beings kill people, not agencies, she also referenced the numerous parties that had opportunities to intervene but chose not to. Numerous! That's what saddens me the most about this case, that as human beings, we have a responsibility to one another. Can we say that again? Y'all know I have to reread stuff. As human beings, we have a responsibility to one another. Period. As human beings, we have a responsibility to one another. And they failed her miserably, Faraglia said. All right, let me get over here before it gets too far. That's how she looked. They wanted you to understand. Yeah. Like I can't get that out of my mind. Like I didn't even see the pictures. I didn't see any pictures. But now that I saw that and I'm like, I know what I know. I wouldn't want to see the pictures. I feel bad for the jurors for having to see those pictures. I feel bad for the father and the family who had to see those pictures. It seemed like the mother saw them and it didn't faze her because she saw it in real life. So it probably didn't even faze her at all. She lived it. She didn't need pictures. She made that. Okay, let me stay focused. I gotta stay focused, y'all, because I start fussing. During Day's sentencing, McCormick said, "In my 24 years, I don't think I've seen such a callous disregard for human life that Sierra showed Aniya." On March 11, 2018, authorities responded. We know this. First responders found her unresponsive. We know that. We know she passed away from a stroke. It was a homicide. We know about the additional testimony from a medical examiner indicated that she suffered from chronic physical abuse and neglect. Yes, you guys, if you'd like to support the channel, if you didn't on your way in, please make sure you do it now. Just, go back out and come right back in. Click that little like, that little thumbs up. And you can help me pay off these lights that I had to put on my 6-month plan at Organized Chaos with the Cash app. All right, this is our last article, you guys, and then I have a short video to show you. This is the final update that I found. Michael Garrett was awarded $3 million after filing suit that claimed inaction by Cuyahoga County Children and Family Services contributed to his daughter's departure. This is June 22nd, 2020. John Dickey and 19 News. Cleveland, Ohio. This word is driving me crazy today. Cuyahoga. That's it. Cuyahoga County officials have agreed to pay Michael Garrett $3 million in a lawsuit settlement involving the brutal and tragic passing of his 4-year-old daughter, Aniya Day-Garrett. Aniya passed away on March the 11th, 2018, after being subjected to years. I'm confused now. Was it years or did it start when the boyfriend came? It was years. It was years. It was years. She might have wanted to deflect and try to blame it on the boyfriend. It was her. It was her. I don't have to answer that question no more. At the hands of her mother, Sierra Day, and her mother's boyfriend, Deontay Lewis. The see, I can't say it twice. Cuyahoga County medical examiner testified Aniya suffered a stroke weeks to months before her death. Wait. and was severely malnourished. Aniya had told daycare workers and her father, Michael, that mommy hurts me. The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner testified that Aniya suffered a stroke weeks to months, so she didn't get any type of medical attention. No medical attention. I thought the stroke happened like, and then she was gone. But it says weeks to months. Yeah, my small space, I'm with you. It's alarming. It's all alarming. And the settlement is probably why he stopped talking. It was years. It was years. It was the mother. It was the mother. We concluded that already. I'm clear on that. Michael reported the ongoing abuse of the Cuyahoga County Children and Family Services. Did y'all hear me say that properly on the first try? Practice makes perfect, y'all. But the government agency didn't separate Aniya from her mother. Following protests and a public outcry, county officials revamped child abuse reporting and protocols to better protect at-risk children. Day and Lewis were convicted of aggravated M-word, felonious assault, permitting child abuse, endangering children, and tampering with evidence. They were sentenced to life in prison without parole in March 2019. All right, before we move on, I would like to show you this video. It was a case that brought so much heartache to our entire area. Can you guys hear that? Aniya Day-Garrett died back in 2018, abused by her mother and her mother's boyfriend. Today, Cuyahoga County Council voted on a $3 million settlement with Aniya's dad, Michael Garrett. See, a New Yorker has been following this story from the very beginning. She has details today on this settlement, this vote, Sia, and you talked with Michael Garrett.
Yes, Nicole, I did. That $3 million was voted on unanimously by the council. And now I spoke with Aniya's father just a little bit ago. He was very emotional, but he tells me this is not about the money. He wants some real change that will.
Is it better? Let me know if it's better. I just turned it up. I don't see volume on here. It's already up on here.
Honor his daughter's life, her legacy, and hopefully protect other children from a predicament like this.
We need the system, the workers in Cuyahoga County, and furthermore, all throughout, to make sure that they're doing their jobs and they're not failing our children. Because here I am here today, holding my beautiful daughter, Aniya Marie Garrett's urn and her ashes. And as much as it hurts to the core, I have to be that great father, that man who stand on my word and everything that I believe in, and that's protecting my people. No matter the color, it doesn't matter. Black, white, orange, brown, green, it don't matter. I love my people and I love my children. And whenever I have to do Michael Garrett, I'm going to do it to protect my babies.
Did you get any assurances from anyone in the system, the county, that that this wouldn't happen again?
The county has not reached out to me, very unfortunately, regarding these matters and moving forward, what they plan to do, how they plan to do it. It's very important. We need to be involved as a community. Let our entire community know what's going on. We should be included as one. Don't be secretive behind closed doors, making your own choices and options. We all deserve to have a voice and be heard. Just like my daughter Aniya screamed out, "Help me." She wanted help from those officials who were supposed to protect her and failed tremendously, horribly, sadly. And I will vow to protect our children no matter what it takes. That's what we're worried about, advocating for children and holding those accountable who failed children's lives.
I also reached out to the county. A spokeswoman tells me that she's going to get us a statement or some kind of response a little bit later. Now, Garrett's attorney did tell us that Aniya's last caseworker and that supervisor were fired. But like many of you, we do still have many questions. This is something that we've been following. We are committed and we are going to work to get you those answers. We'll be updating you on air and online. Reporting from live in downtown Cleveland, See a New Yorker, 19 News.
You booked a sunny verbose. Now that was loud. Everything else was low. So now I know this is what I need to do, you guys. I need to get some headphones and get the thing because it's probably picking up my mic and my speakers are here. So if it's coming out of my speakers, the mic either needs to be by the speakers or I need to have a direct line into the laptop. I'm not that advanced. I'm sorry. I hope you could hear at least him a little bit better. Whew. Okay, that was difficult. That was a long yeah, that baby suffered. She very likely suffered her entire life. My prayers are with her family, her father, and I hope she is resting peacefully. Finally, look at that cutie pie. Rest in peace, baby girl. All right, you guys, that is the end of our We All Deserve to Be Remembered. Aniya Day-Garrett, beautiful little girl, gone too soon. May she always be remembered and may she rest in peace. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, if you'd like for me to cover any specific case that I have a list of them that I look at when I'm ready. If you want to add to my list, please feel free to send me an email at organizedchaos@gmail.com. I would appreciate any input or any help. I'm going to keep praying that Jariah's mom will email me. I would love to get her voice in this space. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. If you did not hit that like button on the way in, please hit it on the way out. If you're in the clouds and you have not subscribed, 500 to 50. I'm trying to get to 500 before a girl turns 50 very soon. Very soon. Hope your girl gets to 50. Thank you. I love you and